Hey guys, it's Bella and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing another decluttering video. I'm going to be decluttering my foundations and my concealers today, so that should be fun. And just a disclaimer before we get into the video, because I feel like I have to put this disclaimer in front of all of my decluttering videos, but one, I am not throwing any of these products out. They're going to friends, family, women's shelter, but I will be throwing out anything that like I just can't give away to people because it's like disgusting. And also none of this is a waste of money. I don't know why what I buy with my own money concerns other people, but apparently it does. But no, this is not a waste. I am sent some of these things. Also, I buy these things to review, try out on my channel because my job is to use and try out makeup products. So yeah, it's not a waste. And also you don't know if you're gonna like something to do with makeup until you actually get it and test it out, so you have to spend money to find out if you even like it or not. So yeah, let's just go ahead and declutter some things. So I'm gonna start off with my foundations first, and first and foremost, this one is in the box. It's very new because I unfortunately smashed and broke my favorite foundation in the whole world. This is the Cogen Dough Aqua Foundation. I am in the shade number 143 and 100% I am keeping this foundation. This is my favorite foundation in the entire world. I love the finish it gives. I love the way that it feels on my skin. The color match is perfect. It has this like really nice dewy finish without being like too like oily looking, you know what I mean? The next foundation I'm wearing right now for the first time. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Youth Boosting Perfect Skin Foundation, and I'm keeping this one as well because I've only used it once, but I am so incredibly obsessed with it. It has the perfect like dewy, healthy, radiant finish. The color match is really great. I like the way that it feels on my skin. I'm not sure how it wears throughout the day because I just finished this makeup, so I will test that out, but at the moment I am completely obsessed with this foundation. So far I like it just as much as my Cogen Dough one, but also the Cogen Dough one, I forgot to mention, does not seep into my smile lines, and I get that a lot with foundations, but that one I never have a problem with it. Next on my list I have the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation, and I'm getting rid of these ones purely because they are not the right shade for me. They are so light and ashy on my skin. I'm not sure how I feel about the foundation either. I don't think I'm gonna purchase it in my foundation shade because I don't know, I feel like it just didn't look good on my skin. Then I have the Marc Jacobs Genius Gel Foundation. This one I'm going to get rid of as well because it just seeps into every single little nook and cranny in your face. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation, and I'm going to get rid of this one because it's just, I don't like the consistency of it. It's really thick and I hate thick foundations. It just feels like I'm wearing a mask and I can't really deal with that. This is the Hourglass Hyaluronic Skin Tint. I'm the shade Golden Tan, and I'm going to get rid of this one as well just because I feel like it has so much like luminosity in it that it makes me look grey and ashy. Sometimes if I mix a foundation with a liquid illuminator and I mix too much liquid illuminator in, it can make my skin ashy, and I feel like that's what this one does, so I'm gonna have to get rid of that one. And also it's too oily for me, and I have like pretty normal skin, so this is the Chi Chi Fabulous and Flawless Foundation. I'm the shade number 7 medium. I'm keeping this one. I love the finish. It is like a medium to buildable coverage, so it has really nice coverage, feels really nice on the skin, and I love it has like a, it's not dewy, but it's not matte. I don't know, I can't think of the descriptive word off the top of my head, but it has a beautiful finish, and and it is $30 here in Australia, which in Australia is really affordable because all of our drugstore foundations, like you won't find a drugstore foundation cheaper than like $30 unless it's e.l.f. or Essence. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation, shade number 7 medium. Keeping this foundation. Charlotte Tilbury makes great foundations. It has a really nice dewy finish and it stays all day long, doesn't seep into my laugh lines. The color is really great and the foundation itself is really great. This is the Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation, which my dogs have gotten into. I have the shade number 42 and I'm gonna get rid of this one as well just because I feel like it's just doesn't do a lot it just doesn't have any coverage at all. It's good for like a no makeup look, but I'm kind of in that mindset that like, if I'm gonna go for a no makeup look, I'm just not gonna wear any makeup. Also, for a foundation that doesn't do anything, it's really thick. NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint. I am the shade Saint Moritz. Oh, I love this foundation to pieces. This is one of my favorite foundations. I'm almost empty. Such a nice, like, literally the name describes this foundation. Like, it gives you a velvet matte finish. And I know it says it's a skin tint, but it definitely has medium buildable coverage because it covers all of my freckles. How many times have I said I love this foundation? Like, obviously if you're keeping it, you love it, Bella. Thanks so much. Next is the Smashbox Camera Ready BB Water. This is the shade medium. It is so lightweight, watery, and gives just the most beautiful, like, fresh, natural skin look. Like, your skin looks so your skin. Like, it doesn't look like you have anything on, and it just makes you look so healthy and glowy, and I am obsessed with this one. Every time I travel, this is what I take, because obviously I don't really like to wear like huge amounts of makeup when I travel because I'm doing stuff, I'm gonna sweat it off, but this is just so lightweight. It doesn't even feel like you have anything on, but it gives such a nice natural finish. Next, I have the Hourglass what is it? Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation, I think it's called. I'm the shade Beige, and I'm keeping this one as well. I use this all the time. This is one of my go-to foundations because it has such a nice full coverage like finish without being cakey. Next is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundations. I'm getting rid of these because I just hate them so much. They don't agree with my skin. They just make me look like I have texture I don't have. I remember I did a video and it was just like a talking video, so I had my makeup done, like it wasn't a tutorial, so no one knew what foundation I was wearing, and people were commenting saying, oh, your foundation looks really bad, and I was like, yes, I know. It felt horrible on my skin. It was really hard to blend out. I just didn't have a good time with this foundation. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Full Coverage Foundation, and this one I'm getting rid of because it just breaks me out, and not a lot of products break me out. I've only had 2 products that actually break me out. It's this one and the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. The Cover FX Natural Finish Oil-Free Foundation. I'm the shade G40, and I'm getting rid of this one as well. I don't like the consistency of it. It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It kind of feels like a gel, I guess. Not really a gel. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't like the way that it feels. I don't like the way that it blends out, and I don't like the way that it sits on my skin. I don't feel like it sits like into my skin. I don't feel like it blends with my skin. I feel like it's just a layer on top of my skin. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation, and I'm getting rid of this one. I've actually never used it before, but it's just the wrong shade for me. It's really, really pink. Here we have the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Longwear Liquid Foundation. This is the shade number 6. I'm getting rid of this one as well because it is so thick and cakey and gross and oxidizes really badly. This is the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation, and I have this shade medium 54, which is not the right shade for me anymore. I don't know if it used to be the right shade or if I just didn't know what my shade was, because I thought that it matched. And I used to love this when I loved full coverage foundations, but it's just way too thick. Like, it is seriously like painting your face. Ugh. This is the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation. I have the shades 44 and 46, and I'm getting rid of these because I hate this foundation with every fiber of my being. It gets into my laugh lines so badly. I have never had a foundation that gets into my laugh lines so intensely as this one does. Not to mention it's way too thick for me, and it separates on my skin so badly. I had the most disastrous day of makeup when I tried to use this. It was separating, so then I tried to use a beauty blender to blend over it, which just made it even worse and was like making these big gaping holes of just no foundation, and it looked disgusting. It looked like skin was falling off me or something like that because it's so thick thick as well that it just leaves this like little crater in your face when it separates. And so I was like, oh shit. So then I tried to use a brush and the brush was just like swiping it around and it was just a hot mess, and I will never use this again. I also have the Lush color supplement and I'm getting rid of this one. I just didn't like it. It's really patchy and it oxidizes and it just sits weird on the face, and I don't know, I just didn't really like this one. It's too patchy. So I also have the Iconic London pigment sticks, and I'm gonna keep these in my shade, which is number 3, and also I have a darker shade which is like a beautiful contour shade. So I'm going to keep those two but get rid of the rest because they just don't match me and I have no use for them, because I definitely wouldn't use them to like highlight my under eyes. I would just use it as a foundation and also as a contour shade, but oh my goodness, they blend out so quickly, so easily, and give such a nice full coverage, dewy, like satin finish to the face. It's so gorgeous. It's like so intensely full coverage, but it doesn't feel too thick. It blends out really nicely, covers all of my freckles, and it doesn't look ashy. I just have no complaints about this foundation at all. I love the Iconic London pigment sticks. Next, I have the e.l.f. foundations. I don't even know what, Flawless Finish foundation, and I'm gonna keep these. So I have to have 2 because they don't have like a perfect match to me. I have Buff and Sand and they mix to make my perfect shade, and I actually love these so much. I used them a while ago, so I don't exactly remember what finish they have, but holy moly, they are stunning. And I think that's all of my foundations, so I'm going to move on to my concealers now. So the first concealer that I have is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and oh my god, I hate this so much. It's so cakey, so thick, and just gross and clunky, and I just hate the way that it looks on me. The next concealer I have is also from NARS. This is the Soft Matte Complete Concealer, and 100% I'm keeping this one. I love this concealer so incredibly much. It's matte, but it doesn't like dry out my under eyes, and it doesn't make them creasy or crepey. I find it really hard to explain why I like concealers and why I don't like concealers, because I feel like it's just concealer. But this one is so beautiful. Next, I have the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. I'm gonna get rid of this one. It's just too thick for me. I just get... And that's the same for these two as well. They're pretty much the same as the Tarte concealer. I have the Bye Bye Under Eyes from IT Cosmetics and the NYX Gotcha Covered Waterproof Concealer. And I'm getting rid of these ones as well because, again, they're just too thick and I don't like the consistency. This is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer, and I'm going to keep this one as an eyeshadow primer. I don't so much like it on my under eyes. I feel like it dries them out way too much. It's really, really drying. As you guys know, I always use concealer for my eyelids because I feel like it just cancels everything out, because I really want to cancel out like all the discoloration on my eyelids and all of the veins. And this one is really great for that because it has so much coverage. Okay, so now my favorite concealer in the whole world. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. Did I say that about the NARS one as well? They're both my favorites. I love these concealers to bits. I can't choose which one I like more. This is the Naked Skin Concealer from Urban Decay. I have the shade Medium Light Neutral. So light, but it gives a really nice full coverage conceal. Did that make sense? I have the Too Faced Born This Way concealers, and I'm going to keep these. I really enjoy these concealers. They don't give like a huge amount of coverage under the under eyes, but I love them for when I'm going for a more natural finish and also for bronzer. Oh my god, these make the best cream contour. I always take them everywhere because I love like cream products. In my everyday routine, I use mostly cream products except when I set my under eyes, and these honestly make the best bronzer. Next, I have the NYX HD Concealer, and I actually really enjoy this. It is a really nice creamy consistency, and it's super like hydrating. I don't want to say it's hydrating because it doesn't like hydrate my under eyes, but it doesn't dry them out at all. I would say it's a little bit hydrating. God, I'm just so contradicting. It's hydrating. It keeps my under eyes nice and that's the word. It keeps them hydrated. It doesn't hydrate them, but it keeps my under eyes hydrated. This is the Savvy Liquid Concealer. I'm gonna get rid of this one because it's too thick and drying on my under eyes. I have the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Concealer, and I don't like this one really. I feel like it's too liquidy. e.l.f. concealer. Doesn't have a name, it's just the e.l.f. concealer, and oh my god, I love the smell of this. It smells like lollies, but I don't like the concealer itself. I feel like it's too sheer. I feel like it doesn't conceal anything, which is what a concealer is meant to do. This is the Becca Aqualuminous Perfecting Concealer, and I'm keeping this one. I just tried it today for the first time, but I love it. It's like the first concealer that I've tried that I don't feel like I have to set it. Well, I have it set now, but I forgot to set it, and I didn't even realize. I didn't notice that I hadn't set it. It's just like I remembered in my head like, oh, that's something that I forgot to do. But I didn't notice because I just feel like I didn't have to set it, even though it's like an aqua luminous foundation. Like, it still wasn't all, you know how some concealers are really like, I don't know how to explain it, like really oily looking, I suppose. Well, this doesn't look like that. It looks really great without being set. It's really nice and hydrating and gives a really nice amount of coverage. Also really like the applicator of this. Last but not least, I have the Bare Minerals Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. I'm keeping this one as well. I love this concealer. It is so incredibly hydrating on the under eyes. It just lasts a really long time, and I really like this concealer. I have the shade Light. So that brings us to the end of today's decluttering series video. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you want to see in my next decluttering video, and let me show you guys actually how much I decluttered and how much I kept. So that is my get rid of pile, and that is my keep pile. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did and you want to see more decluttering videos, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!